What if the life you dream about is waiting on the other side of a single decision? Not a perfect decision, not a fearless decision, just one small step. A young man named Ethan lived in a quiet town where most people followed the same routine every day. They worked, earned enough to survive, went home tired, and repeated the cycle the next morning. But Ethan carried a bigger dream in his heart. Whenever he walked through the city market, he admired the leather jackets, bags, and shoes displayed in shop windows. He imagined building something of his own, not just a small shop, a respected leather brand known throughout the city. The dream excited him, but fear always followed. What if he failed? What if nobody bought his products? What if people laughed at his work? So instead of starting, he waited. He waited for confidence. He waited for the perfect opportunity. He waited until he felt ready. Months passed, then years. The dream remained alive, but only inside his imagination. One afternoon, Ethan visited an old wooden workshop to buy a shelf. The workshop belonged to an elderly craftsman famous for his beautiful furniture. Every piece looked perfect. Ethan couldn't stop staring. The old man noticed. "You seem impressed." "I am," Ethan replied. "I wish I could create something this good." "What do you want to create?" "Leather products, jackets, bags, shoes. Maybe my own brand one day." The old man smiled. "Then why haven't you started?" Ethan looked down. "I don't think I'm ready." The craftsman laughed softly. "Neither was I." Then he pointed around the workshop. "When I started, I ruined furniture, wasted materials, and made mistakes every day. The difference is that I didn't stop." Before Ethan left, the old man gave him one piece of advice. "The people who succeed are not the ones who feel ready. They are the ones who begin before they feel ready." That sentence stayed in Ethan's mind all night. A few days later, he gathered his courage and visited the city's most experienced leather craftsman. "Can you teach me leather crafting?" Ethan asked. The master looked at him carefully. "Do you have any experience?" "No." "Then why do you want to learn?" Ethan took a deep breath. "Because I'm tired of being afraid to start." The master smiled. "Come tomorrow morning." The next day, Ethan arrived before sunrise. And honestly, he was terrible. His stitching was crooked. His cuts were uneven. He ruined leather and damaged patterns. One day, he accidentally ruined an expensive leather jacket the master had been working on for hours. Ethan expected anger. Instead, the master calmly said, "Good, now you'll never make that mistake again." Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. With every mistake, Ethan improved. One evening he asked the master, "How do people become great at this?" The master picked up a rough piece of leather and then showed him a beautifully crafted bag. This bag became beautiful because it was cut, shaped, stitched, and corrected many times. People grow the same way. That lesson changed Ethan forever. He stopped chasing perfection and started respecting progress. Years later, Ethan opened a small leather workshop. The workshop became a store. The store became a brand. Customers loved the quality of his jackets, bags, and shoes. Slowly, the dream he once kept only in his mind became reality. One afternoon, a young man visited Ethan's showroom and asked, "How did you become successful?" Ethan smiled and pointed toward an old leather bag displayed on a shelf. The stitching was uneven, the shape was awkward, the craftsmanship was poor. "You made that?" the young man asked. Ethan nodded. "That ugly bag built everything you see here." Then he added, "Most people think successful people started with confidence. They didn't. They started with uncertainty. They started with mistakes. They started before they felt ready." Years earlier, Ethan had only a dream. Today, he had one of the most respected leather brands in the city. Not because he was fearless, not because he was special, but because he stopped waiting and finally began. You don't become confident and then start. You start Make mistakes, learn, improve, and eventually become confident. If there is a dream you've been delaying because you're waiting for the perfect time, don't wait. Take one small step today, because your future is built by action, not hesitation.